Today I'm going to cover how to create this jittery wobble kind of stop motion title template that you might see a lot of creators use when it comes to documentary style videos or just, general graphic presentations. It's a really clean look. I'm covering how to create the motion itself, how to create the common look that you'll see with this, how to save it quickly, and then some troubleshooting things at the very end. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and hop right into it. So just for your awareness, if you're looking for something quick and easy to use, if you go over to your effects tab and go to the titles menu and search in jitter, DaVinci does have a preset kind of wiggle wobble right on text template that you can use, but this is a little bit different than the look that we're gonna try to create. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and delete this real quick. Go ahead and drag and drop in a blank text plus template. Make sure it's not the text template. We want text plus. Now the way that we're going to alter this is in the Fusion page within DaVinci Resolve. If you're not comfortable with that, again, what I would recommend doing is looking up that jitter title. That'll get you what you want. But in order to create the look that we would like to create, we're going to have to use Fusion. We're going to have to use modifiers. So right click on your text plus template and hit open in Fusion. Now, if you're uncomfortable in Fusion, I would recommend doing your best to follow along. This isn't going to be a great tutorial to do a deep dive into the Fusion page, because what we're going to end up using is modifiers, and modifiers are a suite of tools and options that kind of toggle on advanced settings for animations and different properties. And like always, there is more than one way to do this effect, but I'm going to show you the way that I figured out worked best for me. So what we're going to want to do is we need to apply some kind of motion individually to each letter. And the easiest way for me to do that is to go into our text field box. We have the template node selected for our text. Go into the field itself, right click and add a follower modifier. Now the follower modifier is set up to add some delay to the motion between your letters. The key setting that we're going to want to change here in our follower modifier, so I'm no longer on the tools page, right? I'm on the modifier tab over here. What we're going to want to do is change the order from automatic to random, but one by one. And what this will do is it'll apply our motion randomly to each letter, but it does it one letter at a time, or one character at a time. And in essence, when we change to the order operation here, what it allows us to do is apply separate motion to each letter. Now you can either do this in the shading tab or the transform tab, either or works. I'm going to go ahead and do it in the transform tab. Now what we're going to do is we're going to apply another modifier to our follower modifiers offset. Make sure, again, you are not in the tools page, transform. You don't want to be over here, modifiers, transform. We're going to right click on the offset here, go to modify with, and then either perturb or shake. Either one of these is going to work. They both introduce randomness to an individual property. They just kind of go about the controls a little bit differently. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go with, let's just do perturb. And all of a sudden we're going to lose our text on screen here. That's because our values over here are pretty big for what we're working with. Because what we're looking at here is a starting X offset value of 0 and a starting Y offset, not center position, the offset, right? So how far off center is it being moved? Maybe if I could reseed this, or there we go. Okay, so there it is. Now it's back on frame. This random seed number just generates a new random starting position you can think of. So what we're going to want to do, and this is completely up to you, is we just need to change the X and Y scale, or we could just bring down the overall strength. So I'm going to go 0.1. And let me go ahead and scrub through this. That still looks like it's too much for me. So I'm going to go even smaller. I'm going to even go like a quarter of this. So I'm going to go 0.025. Okay. Now this to me honestly still seems like it's a good bit of motion, but we'll feel it out. The wobble changes, I think, the sporadicness of the direction that it moves in. So if I increase that, it kind of increases how sporadic things move. You can think of it almost as like the smoothness, and then the speed obviously is how fast it kind of jitters around. Okay. Change these to be however you would like, but this is not going to be the final motion. The other question you might have is, well, everything's moving all together. How do we get it to separate? Well, we need to go back to our follower modifier. So right now we're looking at the perturb modifier of our offset value on the follower modifier. We got loops within loops here. What we need to do is just add some delay. and you can add however much delay you would like. And what this is going to do now, if I start to scrub forward, is you can see these are going to have some offset numbers. Now, here's a little sneaky trick that we can use. You'll see that things are pretty clumped together initially. If I change the delay to be -2, what this does is it pre-loops our property so that it starts animating before things even come on screen. Now this is kind of a funky concept. If this doesn't make sense to you, keep things positive, but you can think of it as almost like priming our animation before it begins. So I'm gonna have a delay of -2, and this is -2 frames, not 2 seconds, -2 frames. Change this based off of your FPS. I believe, what timeline am I on? I'm on a 30 frame per second timeline right here. And like I said, I think this motion is still going to be too big for what I would like to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the perturb modifier, and what we could do here is, we could even bring down the X and Y scale a little bit. So we go 0.5, 0.5, kind of cut it in half, and that seems pretty close. It might still be a little bit too much for me, so maybe we go 0.3, 0.3. We want it subtle. If you like bigger motion, so like, yeah, something like this is looking a lot better to me. So I've got X, Y scale of 0.3 and the overall strength of 0.025, wobble of 3, speed of 2. Take that as you will. And from here, we're missing really one key thing that's going to give it that like stop motion-y feel, and that's a stop motion node. Because right now, everything is pretty smooth. If you like this look, go crazy. But a lot of times when you see titles like this or motion graphics like these, it'll operate at a slower frame rate. So the way that we're going to do that is I'm going to hit Control plus space to bring up our tool menu here. And I'm going to look for the stop motion node. Hit add. I'm going to hold down the shift key and hover over the line to insert it right here. And the default value of stop motion means that it's going to repeat a certain frame, or it's going to repeat the same frame for 5 frames. So if I start to scrub forward, you can see it's got that jitteriness, right? I might want to reduce this just a smidgen. So I'm going to go, let's try 3. Try 3. Now this is the meat of the effect, right? We've now created our individual letter jittering motion. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create kind of a popular look for something like this. And if you're not interested in that, let me just show you real quick how you can save something like this. When you're back on the edit page, all you need to do is drag and drop it into your media pool. And what that'll do is it'll save it for this project. So you can kind of, you can drag and drop it back in so they have it on the edit page. And then if you would like to save it across any project, you can go and put it in your power bins. A quick Google search will tell you how to get there if you're not familiar. And if you would like to save it so that you have access to it on the title page, not going to cover it in this video. Again, do a quick Google search or YouTube search, and somebody will walk you through how to do that. Now, back to getting the actual look that we want. So I'm going to go ahead and change our font real quick. Text, and let's do something like this. This one's called, it's kind of Lucky's right there. New York to New York large. And there's going to be 2 things that we add here. One is going to be a glow, and the type of glow that you work with is, again, completely up to you. I followed this tutorial a little while ago to create this almost vintage glow. I'll put this on screen if you want, but basically it is 5 soft glows layered one after each other. It's just like a little subtle spread of a soft glow. If you don't have this, you could also just add in a soft glow, and maybe we bring down the gain a little bit, the blend. So, just have something like this. What this does is it kind of just adds a little depth to it. When you put this on screen, it'll help it blend in with the environment a little bit more. And then the only other thing that we're going to do is we're going to add a little grain. And this is a real common technique that you'll see with like the docu-style videos or things that use a lot of motion graphics. So any grain will work. I'm just going to use the standard one here. Let me zoom in, and maybe we just increase the power just a smidgen. And there you go. Now, I actually feel like this is happening a little too fast for me. So I'm going to go back to my template modifiers on the perturb, back to our perturb modifier. And I'm going to bring the speed back down to 1, maybe the wobble back down to 2. Let's play that now. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. I feel like this is kind of the thing that most people are looking to see. But yeah, I hope this helps somebody out there, and feel free to ask questions. And we do have a Discord. If you have further questions, it's always a great place to reach out if you need help. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.